Hey, what's going on, Z Nation? Zaid here, ZSPN. Welcome to the Lakers post-game show on ZSPN on YouTube. And today, guys, we're going to be talking about the Los Angeles Lakers versus the 76ers tonight. What can I say? This was a heartbreaking loss for the Los Angeles Lakers all across the board. The Lakers tonight, guys, they were competitive. They came to play and they were ready to go. And, honestly, they had it in their grasp to finish off the 76ers tonight. But unfortunately, mistakes were made all across the board in the final seconds left in the game out there tonight, guys. And I want to give you all my thoughts and my opinions about everything that went wrong tonight against the 76ers tonight in this loss against them. And now the Lakers are on their 3-game losing streak. And, guys, there's lots of questions and a lot of concerns about this Lakers team when it comes down to the mistakes were made tonight. And just, guys, I want to give you all my thoughts and my opinions about it. But before anything, like always, please make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, share my videos all over Facebook, Twitter, all the good social media stuff. And of course, like always, please make sure to like my page on Facebook, ZSPN, and also follow me on Instagram and Twitter and TikTok at ZSPN_sports. Guys, I really do appreciate all the love and support you guys have shown me all across social media and, of course, on this channel, ZSPN on YouTube. Please be sure to hit that notification bell that's right next to the subscribe button so you will know when I upload on this channel. And, guys, I really need it because, when it comes down to your love and support, guys, I really need them this time around because of this loss, because I am just heartbroken because of this loss. The Lakers had it in their grasp to get this win tonight against the 76ers tonight, but unfortunately, they just couldn't finish off the deal, and lots of mistakes were made when it came down to the certain players. Russell Westbrook, I mean, I'll get to him in a bit, but, when it comes down to the timeouts, the Lakers had 2 timeouts left, and for some reason, they didn't use them. I mean, there's a lot to talk about, guys. Let's talk about it. I mean, the Lakers were very competitive. Let's just be real here. The Lakers were competitive against the 76ers tonight, went toe-to-toe with James Harden, with Joel Embiid, and the rest of the crew. And the Lakers were just competing their butts off. But unfortunately, in those final seconds left into the game, it was like 20 seconds left, when Joel Embiid missed a shot. Obviously, the Lakers had the ball in their hands, and they could have made a layup or get fouled or somehow call a timeout so they can gain possession and somehow make something happen, get fouled or make a layup, make a mid-range shot. But unfortunately, Russell Westbrook decided to be the hero tonight. And that final seconds left and decided, you know what? I'm going to have the ball in my hands. I'm going to make the game-winning shot. We're going to win this game. But when he had the ball, he loses it at one point, but then he gains it, and then he tried to make a what do you call it, like a some sort of layup that just didn't go in. It was like a horrible layup that was just all across the board was not going to happen. And obviously tonight, guys, it was just heartbreaking for the Lakers to lose this game. 113-112. And they had it. And I just can't believe it, guys. I mean, it was just one of those moments where it's just, the Lakers lost. The Lakers lost this time around, guys. And, it's just unbelievable. And I'm seeing the comments now from Samurai Beast Warrior. Welcome to the live stream. I really do appreciate it. I want Darvin Ham fired ASAP. Yeah, I mean, when you think about that, I will agree with you on this. He made a bad decision as a coach in that particular moment. You had 2 timeouts left. You could have used them, and you could have basically, put some sort of plan out there for those final seconds left to maybe put the ball in LeBron's hands because he's doing great right now. He had 33 points out there tonight, and he just broke a milestone in his career, joining Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with reaching 38,000 scoring points in NBA history. He was on a roll, but no, for some reason, Russell Westbrook decided to have a ball in his hands, wanted to be the hero, and decided to make dumb plays that should have not happened because we were right there. We could have won the game. But for some reason, he just wanted to be a hero. Wanted to be the hero of LA, being from LA, and I understood that. But for some reason, it was not the time. Not the time for you to do it. We could have won the game. We could have beaten the 76ers. We were there. But for some reason, it was just not the case whatsoever. And just dumb coaching move from Darvin Ham. And I agree with you on that. Maybe not firing, but he is to blame for this loss as well. It's not just Russell Westbrook. It's also Darvin Ham. Once again, I mean, this is not the only time that happened when it came to the decision-making of Darvin Ham and the dumb moves that Russell Westbrook made this season. I might be wrong, but I think there was a certain game where Russell Westbrook just decided to make a three, and obviously he's not a shooter. And I forgot what game it was, but it was when LeBron and Anthony Davis basically threw their hands up in the air and was like, what was that? Why did you make that shot? That obviously cost us the game, that type of scenario. I forgot what game it was. I think it was the Portland Trailblazers game. I think it was that certain game. I believe it was that game because the Lakers had it in their hands and they were just in grasp of just winning that particular game. But unfortunately, Russell Westbrook made a dumb play, and it was all because of the coaching of Darvin Ham as well. So, yeah, I mean, that particular moment, it was sickening. And I actually agree with you on that as well. I'm sick of this. Yeah, Lakers losing in key moments and key situations where they could have won it, and they actually were there. They were in the grasp of winning this game. But unfortunately, a dumb play from Russell Westbrook and just bad decision-making from Darvin Ham as a coach. You had 2 timeouts left. You could have used them. You could have used them in those final seconds left. But unfortunately, it just wasn't the case. Wasn't the case whatsoever. Jeannie Buss needs to do her job. Yeah, I mean, Rob Pelinka, Jeannie Buss, when it comes to trades, you have to find something out there to improve the team. Find some help for LeBron James because obviously in that moment, Russell Westbrook should have gave the ball in LeBron's hands or potentially someone who had a hot night. But unfortunately, Russell Westbrook decided to be a hero. He wanted to make the final shot left in the final seconds left in the game. But unfortunately, he loses the ball and then he gains it. But then, the clock was still going down. So obviously, you couldn't make any sort of move that obviously could have changed the whole scope of the game. But unfortunately, it just wasn't the case. So yeah, Darvin Ham needs to go. I feel you. I really do. Make Phil Jackson Lakers coach again. Unfortunately, when it comes to Phil Jackson, I think he's done coaching. I mean, the guy has a great legacy as one of the greatest coaches of all time. Basically number one in my book when it comes to, rings and just being a great coach in this league. And, obviously he is going to be recognized as one of the greatest coaches of all time. But I just don't see him being a coach anytime soon. And I think he's just done coaching. And he's getting up. He's old. So he's old. So I think Phil Jackson should just stay retired and just have a great legacy as one of the greatest coaches of all time, because I don't think Phil Jackson can fix this team as it's constructed right now. So that's why I still think Jeannie Buss, Rob Pelinka needs to make something happen when it comes down to potentially turning this team around. But unfortunately, it's just not the case. And, there's some good news, though. Let's throw some good news in when it comes to the Lakers. We could expect very soon the return of Anthony Davis, potentially this week or maybe the return of Austin Reeves, Lonnie Walker. So very soon we're going to have a full roster return. So potentially next week, but sort of remains to be seen of when is the timeline to for them to return. So that's another scenario there when it comes to bringing our players back from injuries. Uh, so still, Phil Jackson can fix this team. Yeah, he can. I just don't. He used to, you know, but yeah, unfortunately, I just don't really see him anytime soon. You know, being a head coach, I just don't see it happening. To be honest with you, the Samurai Beast Warrior, I don't see. I don't see it happening. Maybe he'll get a management role, but obviously we've seen what he did with the New York Knicks as the GM slash executive president of basketball operations. So, um, he's a great coach, but a bad executive. But other than that, he will potentially get some. He could be an advisor. He could potentially get his input on things when it comes to helping the Lakers out, but or maybe potentially in the future when it comes down to finding a new head coach. But other than that, I just don't see Phil Jackson anytime soon being a coach anytime soon. I think he's done coaching. I just don't really see him, just being what's the word for it? Yeah, just being a head coach in this league anytime soon. I think he's done coaching. I think he's retired now. Uh, could he get an executive role? Maybe, but that's a whole different discussion for a whole different day. But yeah, just I see a comment. I see your comment right there. Phil Jackson deserves to be coach of the Lakers. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that, but I just don't see him coaching anytime soon. I don't see him, being a coach anytime soon. I think he's done coaching. Let's just leave his. Let's just leave him as his legacy as one of the greatest coaches of all time, and just leave it at that. And I think he's just too old to be the head coach in this league. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. What else? Yeah, guys. I mean, this was a heartbreaking loss. Heartbreaking loss for the Los Angeles Lakers because of a dumb move by Russell Westbrook and a bad coaching decision from Darvin Ham. He had 2 timeouts left that he should have used. I don't know what went wrong. I don't know why he didn't use them, but for some reason, he just decided to let the game go and just see what certain players will step up with what. And obviously, Russell Westbrook wanted to be that guy, and obviously, it wasn't him. It should have been LeBron because he had a hot night, and who else had a great night? Um, I know, you know, there were some players. I mean, yeah, we were really shorthanded when it comes to our players not being out there tonight. So, the only reliable players that we had out there was LeBron. And so, before Russell Westbrook's dumb play that he made in the final seconds left, Russell Westbrook had a great night himself. Well, we deserve. But in those final seconds left, that was a heartbreaker. Heartbreaker that obviously lots of Lakers, including myself, are going to blame him because of this loss. And obviously, guys, this was a bad play from Russell Westbrook. And I don't know how he's going to explain himself when it comes down to the post game interviews, because obviously this was a bad move from Russell Westbrook to make. And, he should have gave the ball to LeBron potentially, or at least get fouled from Joel Embiid or something, because that could have given us a bit of an edge to just maybe be up by one or potentially tie the game so we can go into overtime or that type of scenario. But unfortunately, Russell Westbrook decided to wanted to be the hero in those final seconds left, but obviously he became a zero in that particular moment. So unfortunately, it is the case of how we saw this game out there tonight. So uh, Jeannie Buss needs to sell the team. Uh, isn't Are we getting to that point? Maybe, if the Lakers are not winning, if the Lakers are continuing to, not build this team around some star players and, helping out LeBron and, obviously his legacy, um, it's reaching there. She needs to come to a decision about selling the team. So that's obviously out there. But unfortunately, at this moment, she is still the owner. And, obviously she has a lot of support, when it comes to, some Laker fans who love Jeannie Buss. I'm a fan of hers, but obviously, it's reaching to a point that it could potentially happen down the line. I just don't think it's going to happen pretty anytime soon. But it's up to her if she wants to sell the team. But so, hopefully she comes to that particular decision. But if she somehow needs to turn things around for the better, that's a whole different discussion. So, we just have to wait and see. We have to wait and see about that. Um, so yeah, guys, let's talk about. Unfortunately, we lost, but let's talk about some of our players out there tonight who really stepped up out there. I mean, when it comes down to a very good competitive game, I mean, I was very impressed. The Lakers went toe to toe against one of the top teams in the Eastern Conference in the 76ers. And, the Lakers they were competitive against them. And, LeBron James led the way out there tonight with 35 points, went 15 of 23 from the field, 1 of 5. So obviously he's still struggling with his shooting efforts. Obviously went 1 of 5 from the three, had 8 rebounds and 10 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. And as I mentioned from the beginning of this video, LeBron basically achieved a milestone in his NBA career, having 38,000 points in his career, joining Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as the only two players that score 38,000 points in their careers. So congratulations to LeBron for achieving that milestone. And, he's only a couple of 100 points away from surpassing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on the all-time scoring list. So he's getting there. If he continues to play the way that he is, averaging, 30 points a game, moving forward, I think he can achieve that this season. So hopefully he achieves it, and it'll be nice because obviously LeBron, he's on a roll. I mean, 20th year in the NBA at 38 years old, and still no sign of wear down or anything like that when it comes to his career. And obviously Father Time is not reaching LeBron James anytime soon. So just a great night for LeBron. Obviously he had a hot night, but unfortunately in those final seconds left, it should have been LeBron to obviously help us win this game. At least he would have got fouled or somehow made a mid-range shot or went for one of those easy layups that he makes so easy when it comes to his skill set. But unfortunately, Russell Westbrook decided to be that guy in those final seconds left. But obviously, it did not work out whatsoever. Who else we can talk about when it comes down to our starting lineups? Obviously, Troy Brown Jr. had a pretty decent night, had 13 points, went 5 of 11 from the field, 2 of 6 from the three, had 4 rebounds, 1 steal, 1 block. Obviously, he tried his best, obviously with still being shorthanded, no Austin Reeves, no Patrick Beverly, who else? No Lonnie Walker, and no Anthony Davis. The Lakers had to deal with the roster that we have in front of us. So obviously, Troy Brown Jr. tried to do what he can to help this team out. And obviously, this was the right move for Darvin Ham to put Troy Brown Jr. in the starting lineup because obviously, no Patrick Beverly. You need to have all the second best thing when it comes to defensive type players, and that's what Troy Brown Jr. is. But obviously, it just wasn't enough for us to win this game out there tonight. And then obviously, Thomas Bryant had 10 points out there tonight. I think he suffered an injury. I might be mistaken, but I think he is dealing with at least what do you call it? I think when it comes down to the I don't know. Sorry, I had a brain fart. My apologies. No, I think he had an injury out there, so obviously we didn't see enough from Thomas Bryant out there tonight. I think he would have made a big game changer for us if he was still out there playing, but obviously, it's just uh, wasn't enough for us to, find the help that we need to win this game out there tonight. So, just got a comment here from TJ Gaming. Welcome to the live stream. I really do appreciate you joining, and it's been a while you joined this live stream, buddy. So I really do appreciate you joining this live stream once again. Russ sucks. Yeah, he really, he really like disappointed us all in this loss out there tonight. And obviously, I said the gist of it. I will say it again. Obviously, it was a heartbreaker for us to lose this game against the 76ers. We were right there, man. I mean, we were out like it was in the palm of our hands. Russell Westbrook could have done something else, pass the ball to LeBron, or at least get fouled against Joel Embiid, who was guarding him at that time. And obviously, he loses the ball and then he gains it and then decided to make a stupid layup that obviously was not going to go in and obviously loses us the game. He wanted to be the hero in that particular moment, but obviously it just wasn't the case. I am really looking forward to what he has to say in the post-game interview. I still haven't watched it yet, but I will maybe after this live stream. So I just want to go and watch his reaction. I think he will be pissed for sure. But obviously, when it comes down to it, this was on Russell Westbrook and also Darvin Ham because he had 2 timeouts left that he could have used to obviously stop the game in maybe like 5 seconds remaining. But unfortunately, he didn't use them. You had 2 timeouts, two remaining timeouts, and you didn't use them. And that tells you right there, he is still a first-year head coach, so he's still learning the ropes. So that's the sad part. But unfortunately, Russell Westbrook is to blame for the majority of it. But Darvin Ham, coaching, could have used those 2 timeouts remaining. I'm just saying. But yeah, LeBron, Russell Westbrook, to agree with you, he sucks. Really sucked it. This loss out there in those final seconds left. So, what else? Let's talk about Dennis Schröder, who played for 31 minutes, but he had a bad night, in my opinion. I'm not sure what's going on with the guy. Obviously his scoring really went downhill for these past 3 games, especially his shooting, which obviously was basically the savior when it comes down to the shooting efforts that we needed. But unfortunately, we have not seen it since for these past 3 games that obviously the Lakers, obviously are now on a 3-game losing streak. So obviously this is a bad night for Dennis Schröder, who obviously hasn't been stepping up for the Lakers as of late in those 3 games. And, he had a pretty bad night out there tonight. And then, JTA had 6 points, but, obviously his presence was not really that needed anyway because of the dominance of LeBron and, the rest of the crew. And obviously, we're still shorthanded and obviously we need our players back. So we have to deal what we have in front of us, and JTA is still in the starting lineup. I don't know why he's still in the starting lineup. I think more than anything, they should have put maybe Kendrick Nunn or at least Max Christie, who had obviously pretty good nights when it came down to him starting for these past couple of games. But I'm not sure why JTA or at least had Wenyen Gabriel be in the starting lineup, because he has been on a roll for these past couple of games, averaging like around 10 to 12 points a game for these past couple of games that he was on a roll. I mean, on defensively. So I don't know why. I don't know why he's still in the starting lineup, but Darvin Ham is to blame when it comes to his rotations. let's talk about the bench. Obviously, even though Russell Westbrook was the main reason why we lost tonight, he had a good night. Let's just be honest here. I mean, he really messed it up in the final seconds left and he lost us the game. But he did have a great night. He really did. I mean, he played for 33 minutes, had 20 points out there, went 7 of 14 from the field, 2 of 5 from the three, and managed to give us 14 rebounds, 11 assists, 1 steal, and 1 block. So he had a triple double off the bench. I think he made history tonight of making triple doubles off the bench. And with those type of numbers and those achievements that he's making, he is making a huge argument for sixth man of the year. And I hope he gets it because obviously he's been on a roll since he accepted his role off the bench, being a reliable player as a sixth man. And obviously it's been working ever since. And, he's been on a roll since then and really been a reliable player for the Lakers. And I hope he achieves it. I hope he gets sixth man of the year and he deserves it. But in this particular game, in those final seconds left, he is to blame for this loss as well. So he had a great night until the end, where he really messed everything up for us when it comes to winning the game out there tonight, unfortunately. And then I talked about Wenyen Gabriel. He had a great night, had 14 points, went 7-11 from the field, and gave us, surprisingly, I'm so surprised he only had 1 rebound. He should have had more, but obviously, he mainly scored tonight instead of grabbing those rebounds, and he had 2 blocks. So obviously, defensively, he was there to help the Lakers out. But unfortunately, it just wasn't the case because of this heartbreaking loss that Russell Westbrook made, and I just can't believe it. I really can't believe it. Lots of emotions. Lots of emotions from Laker fans, including myself, when it comes down to this loss. It could have been a whole different scenario. He could have got fouled. He could have gave the ball to LeBron. Darvin Ham should have called a timeout so he can obviously put a play in. When it comes down to certain plans that could have went in a whole different direction, but obviously he didn't call for that timeout. And Russell Westbrook, I don't know why he decided to be a hero in those particular final seconds left. But unfortunately, it just wasn't the case. So, so heartbreaking, so heartbreaking. And then, obviously, a couple of players, Kendrick Nunn had 4 points and Max Christie had 2 points. But, obviously that wasn't enough for us to win this game. The Lakers are still shorthanded, but hopefully this week we'll have the return of Austin Reeves, Anthony Davis, Lonnie Walker potentially, and I believe Patrick Beverley as well. So we could have a healthy roster potentially next week. But sort of depends on Anthony Davis and his process of returning when he will return. But we just have to wait and see about that when it comes down to the return of Anthony Davis and the rest of the crew. So at the time being, the Lakers are still shorthanded, and we just have to hope for the return of those players that I mentioned. So yeah. So heartbreaking that we lost this game. So heartbreaking. I'm on Twitter right now. I want to see some other comments here. Obviously, from Stephen O, not calling a timeout. Exactly what I just said. Not calling a timeout. It's inexcusable. Another L that should have not been. Excuse me. So yeah. Another missed opportunity right there. The Lakers should have won this game. And obviously, the mistakes from Russell Westbrook is another thing. But another thing, it was Darvin Ham not calling on those timeouts. Missed opportunity there for us to not get this win out there tonight. Another missed opportunity that could have went a whole different way. And what else? From Golden Knight, he basically says, me with Russ and LeBron Yeah, and it's basically he has a video of DJ Khaled, just basically shocked and standing up. Yeah, I mean, lots of frustrations from all of our Lakers fans out there tonight, on especially on Twitter. Just want to see more from obviously lots of anger, definitely. So, what else? I just got a comment here. Let's see here from Samurai Beast Warrior. This Lakers losing streak is going to give me. Oh, I'm not trying to be. Oh, yeah, I get it. I understand. It's really getting out of hand. I mean, the Lakers are now on a 3-game losing streak, and if you go back a week ago, the Lakers were on a 5-game winning streak. So obviously, the Lakers took a whole different turn by just going on a 3-game losing streak, where obviously we had some moments where we could have won in those particular losing streaks that we're now on. And one of them is this game against the 76ers out there tonight. So heartbreaking. Let's see here. See what else people are saying on Twitter. Uh, Obviously, lots of frustrations. Yep. Just want to see more here, guys. I really do appreciate all of you for joining me on this live stream. I really do appreciate it. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and of course, follow me all across social media: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at ZSPN. I really do appreciate all the love and support you guys have shown me all across social media. And of course, on this channel, ZSPN on YouTube as well. So please, guys, let's continue to grow this channel by your love and support, by subscribing to the channel and liking me all across social media. I really appreciate it. Let's see here. Yeah, lots of frustrations. And basically similar to what I'm basically said in this live stream, guys. I mean, the whole blame goes to Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook, he had a great night, but obviously in those final seconds left, he really ruined it. Let's see here. Just saw a comment here from Lake Show. Russell Westbrook trying to get into the Lakers facility tomorrow. And it's basically a Jets player clicking the code to get into the facility. And obviously it's locked. So that's basically that would be interesting if that really happened. I mean, obviously he's still going to get in. So, but that's all what we're feeling at this moment when it comes down to this loss. Trevor Lane, he basically commented, "Yikes!" Yeah, that was a yikes moment from Russell Westbrook from this loss, and that particular moment where he basically cost us the game. That's what it was. Let's see here. Laker fanatic. Until the Lakers can learn how to close out games, these close ones that we're winnable were haunt them. Yeah, definitely. I mean, the Lakers have a problem with closing out games. I mean, that's what it is. When we're in grasp of winning in key moments and key situations, the Lakers always find a way to lose it. And that's what the problem with this Lakers team. Could this be fixed? Potentially, if a trade happens, or maybe in the off season, by finding some key players that could obviously are well known of just finishing off games for us. But sort of remains to be seen who will that be, and sort of depends on who the Lakers will target in free agency in the off season. So, and let me just remind you all, the Lakers will have, they'll have cash, they'll have money in cap space around 30 plus million. So the Lakers will have money in the off season, but sort of depends on who will they target. So I see a lot of comments that basically what I said in this video. Why did we not call a timeout? Yeah, that's basically what it is. The bad decisions from Darvin Ham. Why did he not call a timeout? I still won't get it. He had 2 timeouts remaining, and he could have used them, but unfortunately, it just wasn't the case. Kendrick Perkins. Oh my God, Russ. Yes, definitely that was an oh my God moment for Russell Westbrook in that particular moment. Uh, from the Lakers Twitter, obviously, showing some appreciation for Russell Westbrook, most triple doubles off the bench in NBA history. So not just LeBron, who obviously, achieved a milestone in his career, but obviously, Russell Westbrook achieved something in his career in NBA history, most triple doubles off the bench. And that right there makes him the only candidate for sixth man of the year. If you achieve that for someone who's coming off the bench as a sixth man, that right there alone will make you a sixth man of the year. So that's just a matter of time until he gets it. So hopefully he does, because he deserves it. I mean, regardless of this play, Russell Westbrook still deserves to get sixth man of the year, in my opinion. So that's a possibility that we could expect to see at the end of the year once we give out the awards. And Russell Westbrook will be one of them for the sixth man of the year. And I hope he gets it because he deserves it. What else here? Yeah. Lots of frustration. And guys, just on a side note, I want to bring this up. I'm seeing a lot of these posts from all over like social media. Who the basically is this: who do you think of when you hear the name Melo? What comes to mind? Obviously, for me, is Carmelo Anthony. So I don't know. For some reason, people are saying, when you think about Melo, oh, I think about LaMelo Ball. Excuse me, like, come on, don't show some respect for Carmelo Anthony, who had it first. So obviously, just a lot of, I don't know. I just have to say, when I think about Melo, I think about Carmelo Anthony. So obviously, I don't know why that he is not a lot of people are showing appreciation for a future Hall of Famer in Carmelo Anthony. And I hope he gets an opportunity to play for any sort of team, anybody out there, and hopefully the Lakers could potentially look and potentially bring in Carmelo Anthony for a workout, because obviously he deserves to be on an NBA team, and at least let him finish off his career on an NBA team. Just have a farewell tour, and obviously just given that particular opportunity. But unfortunately, I'm not sure what's going on with any sort of teams, every sort of out there tonight. That's not. Oh, I just got a notifications here from Russ. Russ basically said that Embiid fouled me. Yeah, he fouled him. And he claimed that the 76er star was grabbing his arm on final shot attempt. So he's putting the blame on Joel Embiid. And I think there's some history between them. So obviously, in that particular, that should have, if he's saying there was a foul that should have been made or should have been called. I mean, obviously, in the last game, there's a lot of fouls that were not called from the refs. And, especially that foul in the end of the fourth quarter from Troy Brown Jr., that should have went the other way. So, yeah, I mean, Russell Westbrook is making that claim of the reason why we lost tonight. But at the same time, he did make a bad decision in that particular moment as well. So that could have went on a whole different direction. I don't know. Maybe that call should have been made. It sort of depends on people's perspective in that particular allegation from Russell Westbrook. So do you guys agree with him? I mean, please comment in this live stream. Give me your thoughts about it. I really do appreciate it. I personally, I just personally think that it was just a bad move from Russell Westbrook. It should have been in LeBron's hands. or at least Darvin Ham should have called a timeout because he had 2 timeouts remaining that um, should have obviously made a whole huge difference in that particular moment. Just let's see here. Lake Show Yo on Twitter, Westbrook arrested immediately. Yeah, because of this move. Yeah, obviously there's a lot to say about that, of course. But yeah, I mean, this was a bad move, bad decision from Russell Westbrook, and also from Darvin Ham for not calling those timeouts as well. Lakers Nation, obviously they put the final scores. I have no words, man. Yeah, this was a shocker for all of us. It should have been a win. It should have been a win for the Lakers. The Lakers should have gotten this win, but unfortunately, it just wasn't the case. It was bad all around. All around. And for Russell Westbrook to say that he got fouled in those final seconds left, I mean, I'm not sure if he's taking any sort of responsibility or anything, but, to say that, he's not to blame, it was Joel Embiid because he fouled him, maybe that's warranted for us to look at, but at the same time, it's like, you should have gave the ball to someone else. You should have gave it to LeBron. You should have gave it to someone else that could have given them a bit of a chance for us to win it. But, unfortunately, it just wasn't the case. Or at least Darvin Ham calling those timeouts could have had a plan in place in those final seconds left that could have went on a whole different scenario. We could have gotten fouled in those final seconds left. That could have obviously either tied us the game or we could have won by 1 point. But unfortunately, that wasn't made from Darvin Ham when it comes to those timeouts. But, it is what it is at this particular moment in this juncture of this at the end of the results. So, and as I mentioned, even though Russell Westbrook did make those dumb plays, that dumb play, he did make history. Most triple-doubles in NBA history, and now most triple-doubles off the bench in NBA history. So basically, Russell Westbrook is Mr. Triple-double, the king of triple-doubles. So that's what it is. And, obviously, he is going to get Sixth Man of the Year. I really think he will because of those achievements that he's been doing for these past couple of games or these past couple of months. And, it's been working. So yeah, guys, I mean, that's all I really have to say. I mean, there's not lots of just basically the same thing. Yeah, just basically the same thing. Some people are saying Darvin Ham should have called those timeouts and just a bad move from Russell Westbrook. That could have went a whole different scenario in that particular moment. But unfortunately, guys, it is what it is. I mean, hopefully the Lakers could bounce back from this. I'm going to see the scheduling for the Lakers. I believe they have a game on Monday, I believe. Let's see here. Let's see. Yeah, they have a game tomorrow against the Houston Rockets. So that could be a winnable game. That's obviously could be a winnable game for us. We just have to wait and see about that. I mean, the Lakers are 80% chances of winning the game tomorrow. So that could be a W for us tomorrow. So hopefully the Lakers could achieve that and break that 3-game losing streak and hopefully bounce back from this loss because we actually need something. And because it's so disappointing. The Lakers are now 19 of 24 as their record. So, yeah, and just let me see the standings real quick. Where are the Lakers at? Let's see here. With this loss, the Lakers are still 13th in the Western Conference. It's just a couple of spots away from at least competing for a play-in tournament potentially. That's a possibility for them to achieve because some of the teams are in reach of they're just competing for those particular spots, and along with the the LA Clippers, who are on the sixth seed in the Western Conference. And I just got a comment here. Lakers need to trade AD. I still think Anthony Davis will still remain on the team. I think before he got injured, he had a monstrous run. Obviously, a guy who was averaging 30 points a game, 20 rebounds a game, and obviously the guy was giving us a lot of firepower, especially on the defensive side, giving us like 4 blocks a game, 5 steals. I mean, the guy has been nothing but monstrous. He almost had like a MVP type of run that he was on before he got injured. But hopefully Anthony Davis returns healthy, ready to go. But I just don't see the Lakers trading AD anytime soon. So, it sort of depends on the situation with LeBron if he wants to win somewhere else. So that could obviously play a big role. So we just have to wait and see what the Lakers will do. Let's see here. I just got a comment here as well. I understand what you're saying, but he is always faking his injuries. He's used to on the sidelines. No, I don't think. I don't think it's that. I don't think he fakes his injuries. I think those are serious injuries. I mean, the guy is just injured prone. That's what it is. I mean, the guy is just sensitive when it comes to, getting injured a lot. So, I think he desperately wants to be on playing basketball and obviously being on the team and helping his teammates and obviously just helping us win. And when we did, he was on a roll. I mean, the guy was just had a monstrous run before he got injured. And unfortunately, I don't think that he faces injuries. I'm just had to disagree with you on that. But he just injured prone. That's what it is. The guy just gets injured every single season, and he just stays out for a lengthy period. So once he returns, hopefully he stays healthy. But it sort of depends on his injury, how serious it is, because the Lakers basically are being cautious. He could have came back last week, but obviously we want to see how ready and how good and ready to go that he is when it comes to his return. So just have to put that out there when it comes down to it. So other than that, let's see here. As I had mentioned, the Lakers, they're in the 13th seed in the Western Conference. There's a couple spaces away of just achieving the play-in, so that's could be a possibility there when it comes down to it. So to at least compete for a play-in spot. So, but we just have to wait and see. And as I mentioned, the Lakers tomorrow, they'll be facing the Houston Rockets, so that could be a possibility and an opportunity for them to get a win against them. I think they are the worst team in the Western Conference, I believe. Last time I checked, I think they're like the last seed. Yeah, they're last seed in the Western Conference. They have a 10-33 record. So that's an opportunity for the Lakers to at least achieve. Hopefully they do, because they need to bounce back from this loss, and they need something to obviously turn things around. And I think this win tomorrow could be a possibility. And as I mentioned, the Lakers are 87% of their chances of winning tomorrow. So yeah, that's obviously an opportunity for them to achieve. Let's hope that the Lakers will bounce back from this loss, guys, because this was a heartbreaking loss for us. But hopefully they will somehow turn things around for us moving forward. And yeah, guys, that's all I really have to say. I mean, who's to blame for this loss? Russell Westbrook and Darvin Ham. That's the final result of this loss. Who is to blame? It was those particular individuals that could have obviously won us the game. And it's just another result. I mean, the Lakers at key moments, at key situations, they obviously loses it in these particular moments, in these particular games. So it's sad, but obviously something needs to change, either a trade or something, because this is not. If we're going to lose games like this in key moments, key situations, the Lakers will obviously have a failed season because of it. I hope they can be more competitive, in the second half more often, but obviously that's not the case because obviously we're shorthanded and hopefully we can have our players return very soon. So that's a possibility there. Um, so yeah, guys, thank you all for joining me on this live stream. We went for 50 minutes on this live stream. I really do appreciate you commenting on this live stream. Samurai Beast Warrior, TJ Gaming, and uh, neutral Darman. Yeah. Thank you, all of you, for commenting in this live stream. I really do appreciate it. And all of you joining me on this live stream and watching me, giving my thoughts and my opinions about every single Lakers post-game show. Please, guys, continue to show me love, support by subscribing to the channel, hitting that notifications bell, because I go live every single Lakers post-game show. So please join me on every ZSPN post-game show. And please subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and of course, like me all across social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at ZSPN. And I'll leave the links to those in the description of this video so you guys can check out my social media sites. And of course, guys, subscribe to the channel. And let's just hope the Lakers will bounce back from this. All right. We have a game tomorrow against the Houston Rockets. So hopefully the Lakers will bounce back from that. And hopefully they will potentially, turn things around. That's a possibility that I hope they will achieve, because obviously we are needing of that desperately. So let's hope the Lakers will achieve that. So thank you all for joining me on this live stream. I really do appreciate it. And once again, please follow me all across social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at ZSPN. And of course, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell. Let's continue to grow this channel with your love and support. Please, guys, let's continue to grow this channel. I really do appreciate it. I believe we are like 700 subscribers away from reaching 4,000 on this channel. So please go tell your friends, your colleagues, your Laker buddies, or your sports buddies to subscribe to the channel, because I do also talk about other sports as well. I talk about the Denver Broncos, and I also talk about the Los Angeles Lakers, one of my favorite two teams to talk about. But in general, if there's news out there that's sports related, that's like breaking news type, I do also make those type of videos as well. So, and give you guys my analysis and my thoughts about it. So thank you all for joining me on this live stream. I really appreciate it. Like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all in the next live stream and the next video. Thank you all for joining me. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Go Lakers. Take it easy, guys. Stay safe out there.